This is it.
Gap to P2, 8 seconds.
WEC is back.
Are we massively close? Everyone's catching.
Gap 6.5 seconds.
This was race 1.
Box down.
And having the first corner on the news.
Rocky, one more lap. Gap to P2, 8 seconds.
To know the winner, stay tuned.
Incredible place to race at. Obviously, good memories for lots of drivers here. It's like I say, steeped in history. So many special results here for many famous drivers. So we're lucky to race here again this weekend. It's nice to get a view here with the helicopter, and yeah, it's a beautiful day for testing here, and we'll look to add to those results on the weekend with Porsche. Yeah, whenever we can in the UK, if we have different things to do, we can try and we use the helicopter quite a bit. So it's good to do it. It's a beautiful country when the weather's good to fly around the UK. British Grand Prix as well, I also used it, you know, so it was quite convenient, beats the traffic, and it's only a 10-minute flight from my house. So it's such a sensational circuit, and yeah, we also have to deal with the weather here quite often, which could happen on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that can pose for us in terms of a threat, but we're well prepared. We've got to go racing, and we take the Toyota and Audi on. Porsche return has been exciting for everyone, and I've enjoyed it. I mean, the first year was a big learning curve for me, and it's been a great experience, and I think that we know the championship will go from strength to strength.
So this is it. The 2015 season is underway. Now let's look at the WEC contenders.
GTM.
7 cars and 4 different manufacturers makes the battle for the GTM title an exciting prospect in 2015. Aston Martin Racing will be running a further 2 Vantage V8s. American star Patrick Dempsey, fulfilling his ambitions, will be joining the grid racing a Porsche 911 RSR for Dempsey Proton Racing. 2012 GTM champions and 24 Hours of Le Mans class winners Laber Competition returned to the WEC in 2015 with the Corvette C7R. Last season's WEC LMP2 champion SMP Racing transfers to the GTM category with a single Ferrari 458.
GTE Pro.
Triple world champion Ferrari is back to defend its title with a 2-car entry run by AF Corsi. Jimmy Bruni returning to defend his world title in the number 51.
It's going to be very tight again, but I hope the fans here will enjoy, and also us sitting in the car fighting will enjoy. Winning and lose, but we will try again.
The Italians will face fierce opposition from a 3-car assault by Aston Martin Racing, starting their WEC campaign once again on home soil.
So every year's been difficult, and that's what makes it so exciting. You go to every race and not really know who's actually going to have the performance at that circuit. Everyone's very close. and the battles are always great.
2 race wins and second place in the manufacturer's title last season gives the German team a strong foundation on which to launch its 2015 campaign, but nothing less than a world title would be good enough for the Porsches.
One of the keys especially is Le Mans, because Le Mans you get double points and you have 2 success at Le Mans. So we will be really focused on this race. Also here it's really important, but you cannot win the championship at Silverstone, you can lose it.
LMP2.
The LMP2 grid bounces back in 2015 with a large 10-car entry that features 6 different manufacturers. 2014 vice champions G-Drive Racing return as a 2-car team in 2015. Following 2 successful outings in 2014, American team Tequila Petroni SM will compete for the entire WEC season. The Stracker Dome team are back and will be the only LMP2 car to use Michelin tyres, all the others being on Dunlop rubber. Double European Le Mans Series champion Signatech Alpine will be joining us this season, and with a strong all-round team, there'll certainly be ones to watch. After claiming 3 LMP2 victories last year, KCMG will also return in 2015 with the new Nissan-powered Oreca 05.
LMP1.
In LMP1, the driver lineups are essentially unchanged. Mike Conway will be a full-time addition to the Toyota team. The Toyota of Buemi and Davidson will now be branding the #1, and they will be looking to defend their title.
In terms of the WEC races, we're the ones to beat. When we get to Le Mans, and it's Audi, they're the ones to beat. You know, they're the ones that have the heritage, the results to aim for at Le Mans, and you know, they're the ones to beat there. So that's what we're working towards this season.
However, Audi will be hungry to reclaim that title, and it's Oliver Jarvis replacing the legend that is Tom Christensen.
It's a huge challenge I face, you know, a big step up from just doing Spa and Le Mans to the full FIA WEC Championship, and of course big shoes to fill replacing Tom Christensen, but I feel we're fully prepared. Audi have done a fantastic job over the winter, so we're looking forward to the challenge.
Making the massive leap to 8 megajoules of power, Porsche will be looking to stamp their impression on the 2015 season.
We have the most complex car, we're the only car running in the 8 megajoule class, so it might be tracks which highlight this a bit more, and other tracks a bit less, so I think the margin will be quite small, that in the end if you have a perfect weekend maybe you can make up for it, so in the end every race is open.
For now, it's anybody's game, and you'll just have to keep watching to find out who's victorious. The 2015 season is underway, and once everybody's had a chance to catch up, the first stop for the drivers is the track walk here at Silverstone. So I'm going to take a walk around and see who I can talk to get a little bit more insight into this famous circuit. So Anthony, as you're coming up to these corners, what are you looking at?
It's the first tight corner you come to, really good for outbraking the slower cars that you come up to lap especially. Safe place to overtake. If you can't get it done there though, and you've got the momentum, you can always carry it on into turn 4 here as we stand, but this one's a bit more tricky, especially in our car as we sit on the left-hand side. It's really hard to see the actual curb, and it's quite a big curb, that sausage curb on the left there.
So Marcel, we've just come out of that long straight into Copse. What are you looking at when you're walking around the circuit?
Yeah, especially here I look at the outside, you know, the curbs, how tall they are, if they have something changed, and also if there's some AstroTurf outside, or like here now the painted green stuff. Try to look if it's slippery or not. And I think it's quite good grip, so we can use a little bit the curbs for sure.
So Stefan, going on to Maggots and Beckett's, how do you approach it?
Yeah, I mean it's a great feeling exiting that corner, and you know you have a great corners ahead of you. It's very, very fast, especially the first bit, and it's a great start just out of Corps. You exiting the old track with some slower corners, entering now in a very high-speed area, and yeah, you have to be focused.
So there's just a few of the elements that make up the Silverstone circuit. Now it's time for the drivers to put that theory into practice. It's like the first day back at school, as after a long 4-month winter break, the anticipation is building for the 4th season of the World Endurance Championship. And all the drivers are getting together for a 2015 season family photo. It's a great chance for not only the drivers but also the fans to catch up, and where better to start our season than here at Silverstone, the home of British motorsport. It's not just current and future stars here in the paddock, but also some familiar faces from the past as well.
Well, the British fans, I think, whether it's Wimbledon, whether it's the British Open Golf Championship, whether it's a motor race, they're aficionados, they appreciate the sport very well, they know the sport, they know the drivers, they applaud when they should, they don't applaud when they shouldn't. I love to see it. I think the British fan is the real aficionado, and as I say, whether it's Wimbledon or St Andrews or Silverstone, the behaviour is so good.
The duties continue as there's still more chances for the drivers to meet the fans, but soon the niceties will stop and the battles will begin.
So with the Avner playing the tunes, the pit lane is being opened and the fans allowed to come down and get close to the stars and cars at the first round of the FIA World Endurance Championship at Silverstone, and thousands taking the opportunity to get closer to their idols and heroes than in any other form of the sport. The next generation of endurance supporters on hand to meet the drivers who clearly enjoy the experience too.
I mean, it's the first round of the WC season 2015. Perfect weather until now, so you can't wait to get into the race.
Yeah, Spa and Le Mans is a real test, I think, for us. Yeah, maybe not the best track, but we'll see.
And now, time for the race.
A huge crowd in the sunshine at Silverstone for the first round of the FIA World Endurance Championship, and a new look to the grid before the race as the cars are parked ear of corn style in an homage to the Le Mans starts of the 50s, 60s and 70s. And with the entertainment and the crowds, we also have FIA President Jean Todt, Pierre Fillon, the President of the ACO, and Sir Lindsay Owen-Jones, the Chairman of the FIA Endurance Committee. For now, anything is possible before the season starts, and rivals can still be friends. Sampling the atmosphere at the head of the field and the head of the grid, Louise Beckett with the VIPs.
Mr. Todd, this championship is growing year on year, isn't it?
Yeah, we're very happy, you know, together with ACO and FIA, it's a very good teamwork, with a good spirit, and we have a reward. You know, being here in Silverstone with so many good cars, manufacturers, very close competition.
Mr. Fillon, it's not just the championship, but also the development of the technology within.
Yes, you know, we set new rules last year, and these rules are for the SEO and for the FIA. It's very important that there is a direct link between the race car and the road car, and it's the reason why we develop these new technologies. But I would add that we are very proud with Jean to launch the new season of World Endurance Championship. And when you know how the British fan loves the 24 hours of Le Mans, we are very happy to bring the spirit of Le Mans in Silverstone.
4 races on the track means 4 pole sitters in GTE Am, the Aston Martin of Pedro Lamy, Paul Delalana and Matthias Lauda.
We are really pleased with qualifying yesterday. And it's something in the end because you also get a point for qualifying, and if you can manage to qualifying many times in pole position, you also take a point away from the competitor.
Tough weekend so far for the AF Corsa pairing of Tony Vielander and Jimmy Bruning, defending world champions but in 5th position in their class.
No rain, I hope, and just so windy and cold. But I hope we are trouble-free today. We had so many trouble the past 2 days, and I hope we are done for Silverstone and enjoy just this race for the first round. Try to score more points as possible. I know it's going to be difficult to win.
The best of the Porsches, Ricard Leitz in the 911 RSR and Michael Christensen.
It's going to be interesting with one Ferrari behind us and 3 Astons in front. It's going to be interesting with the tires, tire wear and track development. I think it's going to be a good race though. A lot of action though.
The 95 Dane Train Aston Martin was in the AM category last year. They've moved up and taken the first pole position of the year.
Great to be in the pro category. It's like where all drivers want, and the best in the business are here, and it's really fun as a driver to compete against those. Yeah, it's home circuit, and we Aston Martin is putting a lot into this, especially this event.
2 G drives on the first row of the LMP2 category. Pepe Derani sits impassively. Here's his teammate Gustavo Jackermann.
It's a shame the 2 Moran cars are not here to make the grid even better, but I think the technology and the cars that there is this year in LMP2 is going to make the racing very, very exciting.
In 4th position, the defending world champions Anton Davison and Sebastian Buemi, joined for the full year for 2015 by Kaz Nakajima.
We are surrounded by the rivals, but actually this is better than we thought. And shame that we think we could have been second, but well, we see after the race here.
No Tom Christensen this year. Luca Di Grassi and Loic Duval is joined by Englishman Oliver Jarvis.
First of all, I don't think we can be sure here in Silverstone that it won't rain. Second of all, the wind's very strong at the moment, and of course tyre degradation. You know, we have to double stint at some stage throughout the race, so that's going to be a big factor for most of the team.
The front row is all Porsche. Timo Bernhard, Mark Webber and Brendan Hartley on the first pole of the season.
Yeah, first of all, it's fantastic to get pole position yesterday. Fantastic start for us. The team's worked very hard over the winter. You know, we've talked so much about getting back to racing, a lot of expectations. So, you know, it's good to finally start the race today and get underway.
Here we are at Silverstone on the starting grid for round 1 of the 2015 WEC season. And as you can see, it's Porsche 1-2 on the grid. They were powerful in qualifying, but can they keep that race pace up? We'll soon find out.
Thanks, Louise. You know, eventually the talking has to stop and everyone focuses ahead on the race. 6 hours at Silverstone is going to be a challenge, and it's that challenge that will start season 4 of the FIA World Endurance Championship. And today we're racing for the historic RAC Tourist Trophy.
Please clear the grid. 3-minute board on the grid.
So the cars are rolling off the grid. Time for us to take a check of the lineup, and it's Porsche 1 and 2, that 8 megajoule system proving unbeatable in qualifying. Toyota and Audi share the next 2 rows at the head of the field. In LMP2, G-Drive with their brand new Ligier Coupes are 1 and 2. Watch out for the fast starting Signatech Alpine just behind them. In the GTE Pro category, Aston Martin's 1, 2 and 3. They've been based at Silverstone for the last few weeks. Can they turn this into a win? And they've also got pole position in GTE AM with the 98 car. Welcome back to Labour competition and to Corvette. Patrick Dempsey taking the start for the 77 Dempsey Proton Porsche. He hasn't had much practice, just flew in from the US on Saturday, but he's learning and getting quicker all the time. Toyota, Audi and Porsche have brought the most technologically advanced racing cars to the FIA World Endurance Championship. But now, all of the teams are in the same position. They wait for the red lights to go out. And we're racing. We've unleashed over 20,000 horsepower down towards Abbey, the first corner. Great start by Mark Webber. He gets away. Where's Trellier? He's dropped way back down in the second Audi. Oh, that's the striker. Danny Watts going off there to the right-hand side of our picture, left-hand side of the circuit. And it looks like one of the Audis is having a go, yes. Round the outside. It's the 8 car. Gets alongside up into second. No, drops back down to 4th position. Great news for Webber on the Wellington Straight. He's pulling away from all of this. This is the start from Ben Trellier in the 7 Audi, and he's just not getting any power there. Alan McNish spotting that very early on. Now here's the battles coming down into Brooklands, and at the moment the 2 Porsches are holding their positions. They were 1 and 2 from the start. Webber getting away. It's Audi and Toyota battling for 3rd, or should I say Toyota versus Audi. Now down into Vale, that's a change of position. The Audi going through. Mark Webber by nearly a second. GT battles going on in the Pro category as they head onto the Wellington Straight. The multicoloured Aston Martins 1, 2 and 3. Porsche's hunting in packs there, the 2 white and black cars, and the Corvette, the big V8, back in the championship. Mistake. There's a mistake then for that's the 18 Porsche, isn't it? Yes, it is. That's 2nd place, almost going away there. Here's the battle for 3rd position, Audi versus Toyota. Oh, that was easy. Down the inside and through goes the World Championship winning car from last year. Anthony Davidson's pleased about that. He's not showing it though, is he? Not getting away though. These cars so evenly matched at the head of the field. Across the old start-finish line. Oh, a mistake. A mistake there by the Toyota number 2, and that's great news for Ben Trellier. My goodness, he's caught them back up quickly after that horrendous start. Now more battling in the LMP2 category, and the KCM-G car had been in the lead, but is now dropping back. The 2 G-Drive cars back to 1st and 2nd. Fair play to Nick Tandy in the blue and silver KCM-G car, battling very hard indeed. Tries to go around the outside into the complex. He's got a car in front of him. That's not going to work. It's one of the Proton Porsches. Toyota leads Audi. Number 1 from number 7. Ben Trellier, what a comeback drive. This is the battle for 3rd position. The 2 Porsches getting away. Well, now we're into traffic, and this is another dimension for all of the drivers at the front of the field. Look at the graphic, tells you how many positions people have made up. If it's green, it's good. If it's red, it's bad. Beckett's and Maggott's very quick indeed, and the downforce cars coming through. The LMP1 battle is absolutely outstanding. Great racing in GTE Pro. Oh, Richie Stanaway sliding around. Looks like the tyres are going off on his Aston. And there's the Porsche going through. Takes advantage. Look at that. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th all together with the 2 AF Corsa Ferraris in close competition too. Looks like Richie is going to have to hold off those two Italian stallions behind him. Already, that 911 getting away. Full course yellow. Oh, that's the Alpine. Paul-Loup Chatin, and the wheel was off before he hit the wall there. Great news, it's that Paul-Loup Chatin is out of the car. This will mix up the tactics, and already the 17 pole sitter, Mark Webber, in under full course yellow conditions. No safety car out, remember.
3, 2, 1, back to green. We are green. We are racing again in Silverstone. Track is back to green.
Oh, Buemi absolutely asleep there.
The capacitor was not full. The capacitor was not full.
And still these battles are going on. This is down at the end of the lap here through Vale and Club onto the start-finish straight. Ooh, all four wheels off the circuit. The officials will be keeping a weather eye on that. 5th place in GTE Pro here, getting some lappery done with the HPD coming through, the ESM car. All have to be very careful and respect the other drivers. Watch your mirrors. Oh, and this looks like it might have been a bit closer actually as we look back a little earlier on through the lap. Was there a touch there on the Corvette? I think there was. Mark Webber into the pit lane. That's a little bit early, I think. He could have done 3 or 4 more laps. That means the 18 Porsche now takes the lead. Porsche still leading. Here's Webber then. Is this tactical? He's not getting out of the car. Oh, it's going into the pits. It's going into the garage. It was not tactical. A problem then for the pole sitter. And Mark Webber's getting out.
I radioed in on that lap to say I don't feel that happy with the rear of the car. And then, yeah, the guys were confirmed that I needed a box and it was terminal. So, yeah, really tough for the guys and mechanics. Everyone's worked hard all weekend. We go away with nothing, obviously, which is not the result of all the work that's gone in, you know. So, yeah, it's a shame.
Two Audis having a real good scrap through traffic now, coming down to the first corner to Abbey and Trellier down the inside. He's never going to make that. They're off the track. They're both off the track. The track's over to the right somewhere. They must get back on the circuit here. Oh, they must have been off for 250 metres. What were they thinking? But Trellier has taken the position. Well, these guys are teammates. They should know better than that. Let's have another look at this. You can see just how hard it was on the cars as they both came back onto the circuit. And there's damage on the left rear of the 8 Audi. Do you know, I wonder if that was when he was off the track earlier on, and that's going to have a new section of bodywork. The Toyota mechanics seeing the same pictures as we are. Fine work by Audi, that car back out on the circuit. Oh, what a manoeuvre! Round the outside, marvellous stuff by Trellier. I'm not sure I've seen that happen before. He's defying the laws of physics. Onto the hanger straight. That Porsche is rocket ship quick and takes the position back before the braking area for Stoll. Trellier in the pit lane. This is about the right time. So the Porsche released now and the 18 car back through. Trellier out of the car. These guys have just been battling and battling. The Audi good on the twisty stuff, the Porsche quick down the straight. Well, this is the battle for second, but it will become the battle for the lead, of course, as the other Audi has yet to stop. And again, just the speed of that Porsche. How frustrating must this be? New drivers, but the story's the same between the two cars. Yarni again down the inside. It's the two Swiss battling with Marcel Fessler now in the 7 Audi. Through into Luffield. Double apex right-hander. Then opens out. Just marvellous stuff. Audi, brilliant. They've got a bit more downforce this year. That new aero working well. but you can't argue with Porsche and their speed. 8 megajoules, remember, this year. Even Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich, the man at the head of Audi Sport, is loving this. And here comes the Porsche again, side by side on the old pit straight down towards Copse. This is a mighty corner. He's gone through, but can he hold on to it?
It's going to be difficult. I mean, they have their strength in the corners, we have our strength in the straights. It's very difficult to pass us. You know, you could always see that they tried, and but it's going to be very close until the end. Every one of us has to do a double stint on tires, so each of the manufacturers. So this is going to be, I think, the key at the end.
So once again, Fessler down the inside, trying to use that extra grip from the e-tron Quattro Audi. It's just an amazing battle. 3 manufacturers with 3 very different solutions to the endurance problem, and we've got great racing. Oh, the 83 car in the way of the lead battle there, marvellous stuff. One either side. Oh, that's naughty. Very naughty indeed, as the 8 car getting lapped there, tries to put the leader onto the grass. Well, you help your teammate, but that's a bit overly excitable, isn't it? Now down the inside, the 8 car having a look back, unlapping himself again. Well, that puts the leaders back together. Good news for us, but not for Porsche. Can only imagine Neil Yarney is cursing inside his helmet there. Do Swiss drivers curse? I'm not sure. Across the line again. Into the pits then. Here is the remaining Porsche. Remember, the 17 car out with a gearbox problem. This is the last bullet in the Porsche gun, and it's time for another driver change. Romain Demart now in the 18 car as it rejoins the action and the battle out on the Silverstone circuit. You know, the last 2.5 hours have just been phenomenal entertainment. It doesn't seem to matter who are in the cars, they're at it all around the circuit. Let's go down to Louise with Marcel Fassler.
It was a good fight actually out there. It was, I think, a really fair, hard, tough fight. And I tried to go in front always, but it was quite difficult because with his power he could easily pass me on the straight. He had some advantage and I had some advantage, and both used it completely, so it was not easy to stay at the lead at that time.
Problem for Mike Conway. He's picked up one of the marker cones going through the Beckett's complex. Well, that's going to have to be taken... Oh, well, it's not going to have to be taken off. It's made its own escape there. Everything under the car okay? Yep, thumbs up. That means the number 2 Toyota is almost ready to go. It does go off on electric power. Mike Conway back in the race. This is the battle for the lead. Toyota leading at the moment, but not for very long. Down the inside. Oh, brilliant manoeuvre into Village and to the loop. Now, it's not a Porsche behind the Audi now, so can we see that position be held? Oh, much better balance of performance there, isn't there, in terms of the top speed, at least. Brilliant stuff. And Audi are leading at Silverstone. Into the second half of the race, it's Audi from Toyota, with Porsche on a slightly different strategy, trying to save a pit stop, I think. Leading P2 G-Drive, then it's Porsche in the GTE Pro category ahead of the AF Corsa with the World Champions aboard, and it's AF Corsa in the GTE AM category as well. Further down the field, Dempsey Racing. Patrick Dempsey's been in that car, got quicker all the way through his stint. Bad news for the 17 and the 36, both out of the race already. Well, if you can tear yourself away from the action on the track, there's always plenty to see and do at an FIA World Endurance Championship event.
For me, it's like you know, a pleasure because I'm sharing the moment with the music, with the people, and the people like to see the car, like to enjoy the event, you know. And for me, it's really an amazing moment because we can see the people have so much fun here in Silverstone.
Over 45,000 people over the weekend enjoying the racing and the carnival atmosphere in the centre of England. Fernando Alonso having a bit of sneaky practice there. And Kimi Räikkönen goes off at turn 4. They could be stars of the future, you never know. For some though, it is all about the track action. And wherever they are, Inside or out, there's always some way to keep up with what's going on in the 6 hours. Presidents Fionn and Todd with Sir Lindsay Owen-Jones from the Endurance Committee with Dr. Ulrich, and then that is the leader in GTE Pro, Patrick Pelia, the 92 Manthey Porsche. Here he is now coming into the pit lane for his stop. Now, was that a problem, or is this routine? Well, the front is off the car now, and that is definitely not routine. They're working hard on the 92.
Yeah, the car is running well since the beginning. We have a good pace, especially during the long run. On one lap, we cannot fight with Aston, but the strategy was perfect. Fortunately, we have a damper broke. We have to analyze. We have a problem also beginning of practice with the same side. Fred started to feel something strange during this stint. My stint was quite okay, but I broke in the quick second corner. So the mechanic make a great job because it changed pretty quickly, but anyway, the race is over. We have to try to continue for the manufacturer championship and try to finish in front of the AM car to get some points for Fred for this championship, and anyway, that's racing.
Here, of course, the 51, Tony Vielander into the pit lane for a new set of Michelins from the lead of the category. He and Jimmy Bruni, of course, sharing this car. They know how to win championships. Good stop. Well, Davide Rigon has made a brilliant transition into GT racing from single-seaters, but he's got his hands full here if he thinks he's going to better the man in the 51 car, because Tony Vielander is a genius. G-Drive have simply dominated the LMP2 category, locked out the front row in qualifying, first and second. Now, that is the second place car. Gustavo Jackerman, I think, doing a great job here today. Seen him race in the States before. This is his debut in the WEC. Porsche in the pit lane, and this is a big moment. Romain Thomas getting out has completed 30 laps, and that means they can now save a pit stop. They're right back in it. They'll give up the lead in a moment. In fact, there is the Audi coming through. That's the new leader, and the Toyota can't be too far behind. So, in fact, Porsche's going to drop down to third position again here. Yes, there's Nakajima, new second position. Toyota now second, Audi leading the motor race, but Porsche, the tactics may well yet pay off.
Yeah, we did. This isn't well, traditionally it's not a very strong circuit for us. So I'm surprised that we're still in the fight in a way. Yeah, we knew we had, probably going to curse it now, but we knew we had good reliability in the car from the testing we've done. And, you know, we feel confident in the car. It's really nice to drive. But this circuit doesn't sort of lend itself very well for braking recovery.
Mark Lieb coming out of Stoke Corner, having a big moment a couple of seconds ago. Now, don't forget, he's on older tyres, and that might just have caused that. He was on the curb, in fairness, as well. Back to the battle for third and fourth position at the head of the field. The Labour Competition Corvette, good to have them back, and they have to look in their mirrors at the moment. Oh, and he just held up third position. Oh, that's a shame. The Porsche could not take the speed. Down into the Vale, round the outside. Yes! Gets it done. Wow, that's a brave manoeuvre. Bit of a touring car move there. Mike Conway then going up into third place ahead of Mark Lieb in the Porsche. Concerned faces at Audi over this very sophisticated suspension system. Ollie Jarvis has been reporting some problems, but it looks like the car is ready to go out and back to do battle. Dropped a few laps now, though. There is Ollie. Up and out of the pit lane. Quite a steep rise there, actually. And he is back on the circuit. And just look at the oscillations there coming through the slower corners, and no wonder Ollie couldn't hold on to that. The porpoising was awful. Well, here's the onboard, same part of the track. Let's have a listen and see if we can work out what's happening. Oh, sounds awful. AF Corsa teammates. Well, not looking very friendly at the moment. Davide Rigon on the left of our picture, coming to the braking area for Stowe. Tony Villander not making life too difficult for his young teammate, the 71 car. That is the battle for position, and that's a change of lead then. Watch as the cars brake hard at the end of that red and white curb for the left-hander. In from the lead of GTE Arm, Paul Dallalana in the 98 Aston. He's had a big weekend. First time he's ever had to do any qualifying, but now the gentleman driver must do at least one of the qualifying sessions. Emmanuel Collard, what a legend of the sport he is. Is there anything he hasn't driven? Ferrari for him this weekend. Toyota into the pit lane. Fuel goes in. Remember, no other work can go on while that's happening. And here's the Audi out of the lead. This is the 7 car. Endurance racing really is a team sport. The Yost Audi team have turned him around quickly, but not quick enough. Look to the right-hand side. Here's the 18 coming through. Porsche back in the lead at Silverstone. This might work for them, you know. This pit strategy could still work. Well, the cars are the same. The drivers are different for AF Corsa. Still battling first and second in GTE Pro. It's James Collado now and Jimmy Bruni. Collado, the Englishman, leading.
Everybody want to win. We are do our best. We are driving with the same car. We have a different crew, so we are doing our best. We have a slightly different strategy, so we will see really in the end who is in the front.
To everybody here at Silverstone, of course, Patrick Dempsey is a racing car driver first, not an actor. Plenty of experience in the States, and he's even led his class at Le Mans. He's still learning this track, but he is in for the full season of the FIA WEC. Second place Toyota, the number 1 car, into the pit lane. And the doors open, Nakajima getting out, Seb Buemi running round there to get in. Very efficient pit stop once again by the Toyota guys. Looks like he's going to get new rubber. Audi, new rubber for the 7 car. They had to double stint those tyres when Anthony Davison made the same decision for Toyota. All the teams working their tactics. Well, it's coming down to go time now, isn't it? With just over an hour still to go in the first round of the FIA WEC. The tension in all of the pit garages.
Okay, Marcel, the car behind you is the Porsche, and that will be for position at the end of the race. We need to keep him there.
Well, Lena Gade, the engineer for Audi, has worked that out. Porsche are on a different strategy. G-Drive with these 2 beautiful new coupes have simply dominated LMP2 the whole weekend. First and second in qualifying, by a couple of laps. When the KCMG car of Nick Tandy was leading, they've been first and second all of the race, haven't they? GTE Arm and Pedro Lamy installed for the run to the flag. No need for fuel now. A great weekend for them. They were on pole on Saturday, and now Pedro's got to bring the 98 car home.
You will exit just behind him, I believe.
Well, this is drama, and it's caused consternation in the Audi pit. This is the leader, and this is what happened a few moments ago. Out of the final corner, being chased by the Porsche, both of them off the track, all 4 wheels, but the 7 car overtaking the Aston.
Can you be careful with track limits, because the leader just got a penalty. Just stay within the rules, and we'll be fine.
For your information, we have to pit on the next lap for a stop and go. Box this lap, box this lap.
All of the engineers need to manage their drivers at this point. Brilliant stuff as the 7 car is in and out, and has got out and retained the lead. Remarkable stuff. Where's the Porsche? There's the countdown clock. A big sigh of relief from Ben Treluet, trying to get some heat back into the tyres on the 7 car. Marcel Fessler's still got 9.5 seconds. Audi had a horrible race here last year, lost both cars, and that was the portent of a not very good season for the team, which were then based in Ingolstadt. Now a new base in Nürburgring. And is this a new beginning for the Four Rings? Marcel Fessler brings the 7 home, Hop Suisse, and a win for Audi at Silverstone.
Nice job, Marcel. Well done, well done.
First victory of the season, yeah. Audi's back, Audi's back.
The last WEC win for Audi was September 2014 at the Circuit of the Americas. And I tell you what, they'll not have many that will be harder fought than this one here at Silverstone. What a great start to the season.
Yeah, for sure, it was really exciting to do these nice fights with, especially with Neil. I think all through my stints we were always close and we were fighting each other pretty hard but fair. It was a good race with a good end for us. Actually, I don't know why we really got this stop-and-go penalty, but in the end it was a good, and it's happy to be back on the top of the podium.
G-Drive have forgotten their bad luck in Brazil at the end of last year. Sam Bird anchoring a near faultless performance from both cars, first and second.
We've got a lot of hard work to do. The next race, Spa, may not suit us quite as much, so today might have looked quite straightforward, but for sure the opposition are going to be hot on our heels come Spa.
Behind the 2 G-Drive cars on the podium, ESM, but their celebrations short-lived as technical infringements after the race promoted local team Straka to 3rd position. In GTM, the win goes to the Aston Martin Vantage V8 of the 98 squad.
You can see in Pro Class that Aston was not competitive as in the past, and normally Silverstone is a very good track for us. We have to rethink about everything. Hopefully we made some mistakes in the setup, otherwise we're going to have a difficult season.
Joining the Aston boys on the podium, 2 Ferraris, AF Corsa and the AF Corsa Run SMP Racing. In GTE Pro, more celebrations for AF Corsa. Jimmy Bruni and Tony Vielander on the top step. Great reward for the whole team after much hard work.
In 10 years of career with AF Corsa, I never had a similar weekend. I really need to thank the team. They worked through the night from Friday to Saturday. We basically changed the half of the car. We had a lot of issues, so great team effort. And Jimmy, again, we know the effort and the dedication he puts. I just need to follow him, and normally it's good results.
So GTE Pro, AF Corsa 1st and 3rd. Porsche in 2nd position with the 91 car. Shame we lost the 92, wasn't it? The overall podium then, and LMP1 hybrid, all 3 manufacturers represented. And after a less than stellar year by their own high standards last year, Audi and the R18 e-tron Quattro are back. The heavily revised machine takes the top step, with Porsche in 2nd and Toyota in 3rd. Great competition between the giants of motorsport in the FIA WEC, and a brilliant start to the 2015 season. The regulations have proved perfect for the competitive nature of this racing series. And this is only the beginning.
Hi, I'm Andre Lauterer. More than a race, a premium motorsport event. Creating the legend of sports car racing. Drivers as heroes.
The 6 hours of Spa-Francorchamps WEC.
Battles on track. Ultimate performance.
The spirit of Le Mans is in Belgium.
The WEC 6 Hours of Spa on the 1st and 2nd of May. The spirit of Le Mans is coming to Belgium. Join us.
Be there.